Back again on with another revealing truth. Now today we go break it down and show you what gonna happen to the people when they start dying from that vaccine shot, because they don't understand that yes, they can dissolve those bodies, and I'm gonna show you how they're gonna do it. Because a lot of people say what they're gonna do with all those bodies when they start falling. Because I tell you, only take a few years before that vaccine start kicking in and killing everybody. But pay attention right here. I'm gonna show you the new way, and they've been giving you this from maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. They was prepping you up for this right here. Yes, how they're gonna dissolve body using water. Let's get into this right here. Let it run.
Growing graveyard real estate crunch and the desire to go green, many people are plotting other after-death options. Jocelyn Monette wants to protect the environment in death as much as she does in life.
And this is another dumb shit that they feed in the masses about protecting the environment. That's some dumb shit. The regular people don't responsible for the environment. It's the people who give you those chemical plants and keep making those cars every damn day, and then they tell you about global warming and protecting the damn environment. What a dumb shit.
And she doesn't want to be buried or cremated.
I don't want fossil fuel to be part of my journey out of this.
Yes, that's dumb for you right there. Fossil fuel. So they tell you that bones, ancient bones, millions of years sitting under the earth. Bones, people. That's what caused fossil fluid, so they can dig in the ground for it. What a dumb shit. So this woman said, don't want to become oil. No, you want to be dead. You want to be buried in another way. Pay attention.
Out of this world.
Instead, Monette wants her remains handled using a system called aquamation.
Of
There's
course.
no fire, there's no smoke, there's nothing. It's
You hear
just a stainless steel vessel with water gently flowing over the body.
You hear that, people? Pay attention right here. This is the easy way to get rid of the body right here after it die from the damn vaccine, because it gonna happen. A lot of people just keep letting this shit fall on deaf ears, but it gonna happen, people. Why you think they're forcing that shot on you? It's because they're gonna get rid of you. No doubt about it. It's gonna be a reset. The reset of the people. Just remember that shit.
The scientific name of the process is alkaline hydrolysis.
You
The
hear
body
that?
goes into a purpose-built unit. Water, heat, sodium, and potassium are used to break down its proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. The leftover bones can be fragmented and put into an urn.
You hear
The
that?
effluent put down the drain. Aquamation
Wow, you
simply
hear what they say, people? The water gonna go down the drain, in the drain, people, and you already know where that drain water end up, in bottles, and somehow end up back in your faucet. You understand? That's how they do it.
dissolves the body.
The alkaline water solution in heat
Wow.
actually replicates what's happening in the grave, except it's doing it in about 2 hours. As
Wow,
opposed
in 2 hours, people. So you see what I try to tell you? They have to come up with a way to get rid of the body faster, because it gonna be more and more body pile up, and it got nothing to do with the so-called coronavirus, because that's a hoax. Is the shot that they put in you gonna lay the people down and end up have to be going through this right here. You understand? They're not gonna bury those bodies. Just remember, I tell you.
2 years. So this is the preparation area.
Chris
Cross
Banesh
on the
wants
damn bag.
aquamation approved in BC and has an online
You hear
campaign
that?
to petition the government.
You hear that?
According to BC Vital Statistics, 38,333 people died in the province
All
last
called in. But I already tell you, this right here is Seattle, Washington, and that's where they're really pushing it. They're gonna start somewhere.
year. 80% of them were cremated.
We're looking at just a little over 10 million kilograms of carbon
You hear
pollution
that?
going into the atmosphere.
You hear that, people? Another way again, after they're the one who come up with that cremation bullshit to burn you in a damn furnace. They're the one who come up with that, and now they're telling you it's damaging the environment, so now they're gonna do a cleaner way. What a dumb shit for the people.
Every year.
The carbon footprint
Watch
of
this.
aquamation is reportedly 7 times less than cremation.
You hear that?
There are 2 types of aquamation, high temperature and low temperature.
Wow.
The high temperature alkaline hydrolysis has been reviewed by organizations like WHO, and the opinion that they have is that this is a method that may be used that does not endanger public health.
You hear that?
As-
Endanger public health. And don't worry about it, people. It's almost 24 states they say now doing this right here. And don't worry about it. In about maybe about 8 months or so, or by the end of the year, almost every state gonna be doing it. You know why? People gonna start dropping like fly from taking that vaccine shot.
Low temperature, experts want more research to determine if it can safely disinfect human remains, destroy proteins that can transmit illnesses like mad cow disease.
Mad cow disease, that was a hoax for the dumb people, just like the fucking COVID.
Ontario allows only high temperature aquamation. BC offers only cremation and burials. Alkaline hydrolysis is gaining popularity, but it's not new. It's an idea that was patented in the United States in the 1880s as a way...
You hear that, people? It was patented from the 1880s. Wow, I already told you, people, it's a reason why they bring it back now. No doubt. It's time for people to get their shot. And now they're gonna die from the reset. No doubt about it. That's what they're doing.
To dispose of dead farm animals. In more recent times, it's been used to process dead pets, medical waste, and human bodies donated to science.
You hear that? Only human body they used to do is the ones they donate to science. What a dumb shit, people. But I told you, this is the time right now in the New World Order. They're gonna dig this back up. Bam.
Because we're so separated from death and dying in our society, we have such fear around it. We don't know what death looks like anymore. But when you have a shroud burial, you can't deny that there's somebody dead in that vessel.
You don't want no sign of the person die or nothing. You want the body just disappear. Okay, I got you.
Carol has worked in the funeral business since she was 20. In the last decade, though, she's been handling deaths differently. This is a green burial.
I mean, we all know what a burial is. We've grown up and had loved ones die, friends die, but what is eco-burial?
So the biggest difference is it's an unembalmed body. The materials we use will break down and they will truly become the earth again.
This is how Americans used to bury most of their dead. But in the 20th century, funeral homes got into the business of sanitizing death, making it palatable for people and toxic for the planet.
The first time I saw an embalming, I told my family I will never be embalmed, and nobody I love will ever be embalmed. It's kind of barbaric. I mean, you're literally draining somebody of blood and then jabbing them to fill them.
Why would somebody do that? It's just dumb, people. Why would they do that? It don't make no sense. Why would you want to preserve a body with embalming fluid? Wow.
Fluids that are going to preserve them.
That's bullshit.
Embalming fluids are made of cancer-causing chemicals, including formaldehyde and
all chemical will cause cancer. And of course, they're putting that shit in your body all day of the week. You're not getting it or what?
Last year, Americans put about 6 Olympic-sized swimming pools worth of it into the ground.
Of course,
and that's not even mentioning the caskets.
We learned recently that each year in America, we bury enough steel and concrete and hardwoods to build the Golden Gate Bridge every single year.
That people all of a sudden putting people in casket and put them in the ground is wrong. All of a sudden, people, you see what I don't tell you? You're not getting it. We're moving on to the New World Order. And when the vaccine hit and people start dying, they're not going to bury them in the ground. That's what you need to know. Listen, they're going to turn them into just water. You don't understand. They're going to liquefy the body and spread it back out on the damn earth. That's what they're going to do. Pay attention.
Here. And we're just burying that directly into the earth.
Same fucking shit.
The most popular alternative, however, isn't much better. Each year, cremations in the United States release the same amount of CO2 as 70,000 cars. In states around the country, environmentally conscious members of the funeral industry are searching for new ways to dispose of bodies that won't hurt the earth.
Of course they're searching for new ways. They're going to have more dead bodies than ever. Of course. Right here.
Jason Bradshaw and his family have been in the funeral business for 4 decades. In 2013, he added a new option. Water cremation.
You hear that?
Water and potassium hydroxide heated to 305 degrees dissolve the body. The official name for the process is alkaline hydrolysis.
Wow, just dissolve
How big
the
an
body.
impact does this really have? This uses about 1/6 the amount of energy as flame cremation.
You hear that?
And has about 1/4 the amount of emissions that come from it.
That environmental benefit appeals to 58-year-old Betsy Johnson.
Of course.
I had breast cancer 2 years ago, and so that got me to do a will. I do have questions about the specifics because I work in a medical diagnostic.
This look like somebody wearing a mask. You hear me? Pay attention right
company
here.
with a lot of scientists. And the majority of them are millennials, and they're very concerned about the earth and
You
the
hear that,
environment.
people? Millennials, and they're the one who concerned about the earth. They're brainwashing the kids about global warming and tell them they're the one who responsible for it. What a dumb shit for the masses. Yes, millennials all believe in the global warming. Dumb on.
Yep. My millennial scientist said, but what happens to they called it soup.
The water?
This toxic soup.
Listen, toxic soup.
That's when you're done. Is it considered a biohazard then?
No, it's not
You
a
see that, people? If you bury the body in the ground, it's a biohazard. But if you turn them into water, liquefy them and pour it in the ground, it's not biohazard. Okay.
It's probably one of the few sterile things that actually
steroid. Okay, just like
so.
Is water changed then in between people? I would assume.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's kind of what I knew.
Go back.
People. I would.
Hold on.
It actually goes into our wastewater system.
Wow, the wastewater system, people. I already told you. Pay attention. They're gonna feed back the dead people to you. Wow.
Water changed then in between people? I would assume.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
Okay, that's kind of what I knew, but I had to ask it anyways.
Not everyone is content with dumping these liquefied bodies
Look
down
at
the
this
drain.
shit, people. Liquefied bodies. Are you kidding me? And you're gonna dump them in the drain? What drain? Wow. Wow.
So over here, you can see it's ready to go out to the field.
All these jugs
Look
here
at that
are
shit.
human remains.
Yes.
Wow.
In liquid form.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not a typical funeral director.
Wow. Wow.
Ed Gazvoda built his own water cremation machine. He wants to turn human remains into something that's actually good for the planet.
You hear that?
And he spent years working with engineers and scientists to create his own process.
So there you go, people. They're gonna turn it into fertilizer. The human being, they're gonna liquefy it and feed it back to you. Wow. I told you, people. I always tell you about they turn garbage into food, and a lot of people mad at me for saying that they're not getting it. Look what they're doing right here with human body. Wow.
Calls alkaline hydrolysis 2.0.
You gotta be
This process
kidding
takes
me.
about 2 hours to actually get a complete dissolution.
2 hours, people, it take to dissolve a body. Wow.
Body. So that means all that's left is bone and organic matter.
The bones
See,
are
there you go, people. That's the bone, supposedly, baby. Right.
crushed and given back to loved ones.
Giving
just
them
like
back
ashes
to
would
loved
be.
ones.
And then you're
Wow.
pumping all the liquid out of here and putting it into what?
So at the end of the process, we open this up. We use this pump. So one end goes into this barrel, the other end goes in here, and this is what draws all the essence out specific to that human into this vessel.
Wow. Basically, that's the human right there coming up, pouring out in the vessel, people. They liquefy a body.
Full of micronutrients which replenish the earth.
Can we see the liquid inside
Wow.
and see what it looks like?
Definitely.
Wow, there you go,
Almost looks like
people.
oil.
It's much lighter than oil. It's more watery.
It's more watery, and he poured it in his hand. That's a dead body, liquefy. Wow.
Is it strange to you that you're holding essentially a human body in your hand in liquid form?
Wow.
I think it's wonderful. I mean, the alternative is
Wonderful.
we would either waste the human just by burying them and taking up land, or we'd have to have their particles go up in the air.
Wow.
I mean, I use it on my yard. I've been fertilizing my trees with
You
it.
hear that, people? He used it on his yard to fertilize his tree because that's what they said they're gonna use it for. I'm gonna show you in a
Get
minute.
back in.
Wow.
I want to return it to the earth, not to the sewer.
Wow.
Gazvoda hopes bioessence will eventually be used on crops across the country.
See, there
He
you
plans
go.
to donate his liquid remains to farms and tree nurseries. A landscaping business in Parker, Colorado was the first to give it a try.
Wow.
Do you think by fertilizing your trees with something like this, that it might be a tough sell for your customer to know that their plants were fed by this once human juice?
Yeah.
Who knows, people? The vegetables and shit that you be eating that the government be sending you, it might be this right here they use to fertilize it. You never know. I'm just saying.
I think it would be, but I think over time too, people will see the benefits and utilize it.
Wow.
What would you tell them to alleviate some of their concerns?
I guess what I love about trees and plants is it's nature, and you know, in a way, this is nature. It's not chemists putting chemicals together to create a fertilizer that's going to help a plant. It's nature's form of helping the plant.
Nature form of helping the plants, people. Wow, by liquefying humans and use them as fertilizer. Wow. Watch this right here.
The process is similar to that of freeze-drying.
Freeze drying.
First, the body is frozen to minus 18 degrees Celsius.
This is another way right here, people. They show you the one with the boiling water. This right here is a frozen. Pay attention right here.
Submerged in liquid nitrogen. Under such low temperatures, soft and elastic materials become hard and brittle.
They're gonna frozen the human being body.
The body is then refrozen to minus 196 degrees Celsius, causing crystallization.
Wow.
After 2 hours, the liquid nitrogen evaporates as a harmless nitrogen gas. 60 seconds of ultrasonic vibration reduces the remains to powder. The powder is passed to a vacuum-sealed chamber where frozen water subliminates and is released as steam. Afterwards, mercury, sodium, and more than 50 other foreign substances are removed. The remains are packed into an organic coffin and buried. After a year, the remains turn into soil, which can feed a tree.
You see that?
Irish company Eco Legacy offers a similar burial service, with the exception that the energy that is expelled is reused in future burial processes.
You hear that? Wow. So there you go, people. They're gonna use the human being that died to become fertilizer to feed the living. Do you see that, people? They're feeding the dead to the living. And later on, like I don't tell you, the reason why they have to do these right here, they're gonna have more bodies on their hands when the vaccine kick in. You heard me? I'm gone.